Hi everyone, today I wanted to take a look at a new series that I'm going to be starting, and that is taking a look one by one at the what I deem what were the six most influential moments in national polling in the 2020 race. So this will be in a countdown format. In this video, we'll be taking a look at what I deem as the sixth most and fifth most influential moments. In the next video, we'll take a look at the third and fourth most influential moments, and then in the video after that, we'll take a look at the second most influential moment, and then in the final video in this series, four-part series, we'll take a look at the most influential moment in the 2020 race. So this will be in a countdown format. So at number 6, we have the Buttigieg double surge. So if you take a look at the polling data, we had two main surges for Mayor Pete Buttigieg. This first surge was when he was just getting to know, I guess Americans were just getting to know him. As you can see, there were still a lot of candidates: Beto O'Rourke, Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, obviously, Elizabeth Warren still down there, Cory Booker, Amy Klobuchar, Andrew Yang, Gabbard, many candidates still in the race, but you can see clearly a clear upward trajectory on the purple line. And what really started to get the ball rolling was a CNN town hall with Pete Buttigieg, where he did a pretty good performance. And he also had an Iowa poll that showed him at 11%, which also got him a bit of national attention. And that's really what started this Mayor Pete surge of Mayor Pete going. That was the first surge in about May. And then if you take a look here, this was the second surge for Pete Buttigieg. It was a bit more kind of slow in that there wasn't as much, it wasn't as drastic. You can see most of the time he was roughly going on like an upward trajectory most of the time, but it wasn't as drastic. So if you put in this line, yeah, so there was generally an upward trajectory for Mayor Pete, and that was about September, October, I believe, maybe November in the 2020 race. Okay, at number 5, we have the Kamala Harris surge and fall. So this was right after the debate, the first debate. So if you take a look at the yellow line, this was right after the first debate, and after this first debate, Kamala Harris just went absolutely boom. She catapulted herself from being in a real kind of just a tie with Mayor Pete Buttigieg right up at one point passing Senator Bernie Sanders. And she had this really strong upward trajectory after the first debate. She really had a strong debate. But then after that performance, she was able to sustain it for just about like 4 or 5 days, maybe a week if you're being generous. After that, she could not keep up the momentum, and she was on a downward trajectory ever since. Sorry about that, but yeah, so she's on a downward trajectory ever since. So those are the first two. Sorry about that. First two kind of, I guess, parts in the series: Kamala Harris surge and fall, and the Buttigieg double surge. So it's worth noting that both of these surges did not last. In the first surge, he went up, and then he slowly went back down, and then in the second surge again, or I guess that's not really fair. He went up to about 10%, and then he kind of went down and stabilized at 5%. And this was the time period where he came up to about 12% or so, and then he also started to fall back into not top tier status. And then for Kamala Harris, again, her surge did not last. I just lost my pillow there. Her surge did not last into many more months, as you can see. Now she's obviously dropped out of the race a little bit ago, but quite a long way ago. But yeah, so both of those surges did not last, and most of these actually did not last. So this is one of the big learnings. There was a lot of kind of flavor of the month candidates in this election cycle. You know, Joe Biden had a bump after he announced, then Kamala Harris after the first debate, you know, Mayor Pete also had a few moments in the sun. Elizabeth Warren had a big climb and fall. Kamala Harris, you know, trying to, you know, fight back. But there was a lot of kind of, you know, I don't want to say, I don't want to say unnecessary surges, because they did gain new voters, in that a lot of the times, if let's say this is 0 and this is 20%, the candidate would go from 0, they would quickly surge up to 20, and then they would go down and stabilize at like 10, right? So they do gain new voters, but it's often not as promising as what the first surge would indicate. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Thank you. Good night.